is this going to be? Is it very difficult or not? I'm going to show you how easy this is. Whatever that I need to change the speakers are in my hands and are on me right now. You'll need some double-sided tape, some 3M double-sided tape, some black PVC tape, speaker cables, Phillips head screwdriver, got a penknife, a flathead screwdriver, and some cable ties. Nothing else. Everything that I'm holding onto my hands right now can be purchased from Lazada, and it's really cheap. Like, we've got a hardware store near you. It's just that. This is all you need. You do not need to invest in anything else. I'll show you one more thing. If you have this, you can use it. But in order to show you how simple it is, I'm not even going to use a cordless drill. So here we are, we're going to get into it. We're going to be removing this door panel first, because you can't change your speaker if you don't remove your door panel. Now, how are you going to remove this door panel? To most people, they'll think it's a very complicated process, but it's so simple. It's so simple that you can remove it in 3 single steps. One right here, one down here, the other one is up here. Okay, so 3 screws. We're going to use our 2 smaller screws. This tiny little guy here, it's a flathead. This is another flathead, just to help us pry this open, okay? If you see a thingamajig like this, don't pull it out from the outside, pull it in from the inside, because this is the thing that pops out. Do it carefully because you don't want to scratch your car. So now that has been popped up. As you can see here, and remove it carefully. Alright, don't scratch your car. Okay, there you go. Right, and your third one down here. Okay, gotta unscrew your panels. Don't yank out the door panel. You've got this little door panel opener here. Slide it in there between the metal part and just loosen up. So look for that spot. There's always the sweet spot where you can start. There you go. If you look at this twitter, don't yank it out, because obviously these are all wired speakers, right? There will be a little slot here that you can press. You see this thing here? When you give it a squeeze and then pull it out. Very easy. This door panel, don't pull it straight. You want to lift it up very gently. So you see this part? Just got to yank it out like that. Be careful, you don't want to snap anything. Here, it's the same thing. Let me just pull that out. Okay, perfect. So now that you've unscrewed all 4, slowly pull this out. So you guys just need to line this up with one of the holes, because we are going to make a couple of new holes in order to make sure this fits in perfectly. So don't screw it in too tight, because you still want to be able to move this around. So let me just take my speaker again. I'm going to line it up here. How do you know which particular holes this goes into? This particular arrow. There is an arrow there that it's talking about when it says mount the speakers, okay? What you want to do at this point is you just want to line this up, do your pull tabs. Secure, super secure. The next step is wiring. These are called speaker cable. This is the important element right here. You've got these cable ends. If you do this already, you can just plug and play. You see this little thing here, this little thing? You just literally plug and play later on. So just remember this, if you see a black wire, that's the negative. If you see white or yellow, that's probably your positive, alright? So give that a quick snip. We do not need this connector. Just gonna pull that apart. I'm gonna give this a quick cut, very gently, and tug. So you want at least about 1 inch of wire exposed like this, alright? You see these 2 black wires? We're gonna take this, we're gonna twist them individually first, and then we're gonna put it together. None of these 6 have got those clip endings that we see here. So these go into this particular box. When you look on the other side, you will see one very long one. This one goes up to your Twitter. That's why it's very long. This one with the ending, this one for your plug and play for your speaker, is not the one we are going to touch right now. There will be one out here which is beautiful, untouched. This is your virgin wire. Okay, you're going to take this, you're going to combine it here. Now, which one do you combine to the black and which one you combine to the yellow is very simple. Usually in car shops, the one with the words, they use that for the positive, okay? The one with the words, they use that for the positive, and the one without the words, they use that for their negative. So I'm going to take the positive to the positive, and now I'm going to do this. Perfect, right? Now, you've got your black and black, you do the same thing. Black PVC tape, take it, put it over here, and slowly, very tightly. Okay, you've already wrapped them together. That's all they're supposed to be touching. Give that a quick slice. If you look at your crossover, you will see there's an in, there's a tweeter, and there's your woofer. Here are the Phillips screws. So you unscrew that and you separate the panels from each other. Alright, perfect. Now that one is sorted out already. So earlier when we were going through this, right, I didn't really talk about this much. So when you press it in, increases your sound by 3 decibels. And this is not for your speaker, yeah? The speaker is good. This one is purely for your tweeter. You do this if you want extra treble. I will not recommend it, so you will leave this up. You do not need the extra 3 decibels for your tweeter. Take one strip, stick it down here. Wiring, don't make it face upwards. Wires go downwards, yeah? This should be the lucky resting spot. Okay, press it in there. So I'm going to take this wire, I'm going to put it through this hole, all the way up here. So this one's going to go up to a tweeter, so we don't need to mess with that yet. And now that we've got this wire in here already, we can get into fixing our speaker. So the bigger one, this is your positive. The smaller one is your negative, okay? Ah, perfect. Throw it up there. Okay, perfect. This is the bracket for the tweeter. When you try to put it in here, you can't fit it in. So all you need to do is just decide to remove one of these panels. Cut that. So you see, once you put it in, it doesn't even drop out. Now, let me show you the problem. So when you put it in there, one thing you will notice is, if you screw it in, it's going to be rickety, it's going to be shaking. What you need to do is you need to trim this particular part. Beautiful. Take this wire, plug it back in there. How this goes back in, because earlier we just yanked it out, right? This part goes in here first. Okay, there you go. Same way it came in, put it back on. For this tweeter, what you're going to be doing is the same thing. You see this, guys? There's one big, one small. So you're going to line up, you're going to check where is your positive. My positive one is on the left hand side. So I'm going to take the positive, I'm going to plug it in, and I'm going to take the negative. There you go. Let's move this out of the way. Just because you guys are done, don't move on. Don't screw on the door panels back on just yet. Test your speaker first. Okay, so now that we've confirmed the speaker is 100% working, we can go back in to screw in the door panels back, alright? So we popped everything back in already. Just go in for one last step, screw this back in, and you are done. That is a complete installation of the speaker DIY on your own. I have got zero knowledge in any of these things, okay? I'm not a car installer, I am not an electrician, I don't know anything about audio. Not much lah, okay, little bit lah, not much, okay? But with my limited knowledge, I've just shown you guys the most easiest DIY that you can do with your own car. So now let's hop on to the other door. I'll show you guys a back door as well, just to show you if or not the front door is any different, okay? I'll remove the panel and you guys see for yourself. But if it's absolutely the same, I will not be showing you the installation, okay? So this is the back panel. Very simple. This is point number 1. There you go. That's point number 2. And point number 3. Remove this little guy, unscrew it, just like we did earlier. You can't pop it out straight away. Remember, you need this. Look for a spot. The bottom is always a good spot. Alright. Once again, exactly the same. Gonna be pulling this out. Very easily done. In here, the speaker looks exactly the same. You remove it the same way, you wire it the same way, put it back the exact same way it came out from. And that's about it, guys. 100% DIY speakers from Infinity in your house. You can even do it tomorrow. That was absolutely crazy. Guys, I have never been in any car with that sort of a sound system ever in my life. And I've been with guys who mod their cars, okay? Nobody that I've met thus far have infinity speakers. The Mustachio now has those infinity speakers in the car, and I can guarantee you, if you want quality, you go with Infinity. Harman, thank you so much. Infinity, thank you so much for coming up with such an amazing product. When the bass was hitting, when the speakers were blaring, it felt like this regular chair in my car, it was a massage chair. It was a massage chair for a moment there. But the more beautiful part about it was, even when the bass was hitting and the music was loud and beautiful, it didn't feel like your ears were about to bleed. You guys heard it, you guys heard the quality. It felt like I was just beside a DJ's deck in a club. It felt that bloody good. Thank you so much Chin Han Tech for sponsoring this day. Thank you so much for allowing the Mustachio to be a part of this. Thank you for putting these beautiful babies in my car, and thank you so much JDI Car Accessories for the amazing support. Without you guys, this would have not been possible. All of you, if you want more information on how you can get your hands on these babies as well, you wait up and I'll be back with you in just a bit.
Hey, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Right now, tuning in with Leonard Sinclair, aka DJ Sharky, together with the Mustachio Gamer, brought to you by Infinity. Hey yo, you're listening to DJ Sharky, aka Leonard Sinclair, right here live with the Mustachio Gamer. Brought to you by Infinity. Turn up the volume.